The focus of the badminton world is concentrated on Sydney today as the battle to be the best at the Australian Open reaches the final day. Visitors to the harbour city have had a delightful week down under, and once more the Sydney sights have been stunning. Bathed in sunshine from the beach to the bush, the beauty of this world-famous vista is breathtaking. And while winter means there's a chill in the air in town, just west of the city, the temperature is red hot and rising. Inside the State Sports Centre at Sydney Olympic Park, the players are preparing for the finals fight that could see them take the title of Australian Open champion for 2017. So with play not far away, let's join our commentators, Steen Pedersen and Jill Clark.
Yes, there really is an eager anticipation here at the State Sports Centre because today is finals day at the Crown Group Australian Open. This is the fourth consecutive year this event has been part of the Super Series, the elite tier of tournaments in the sport of badminton. 12 tournaments that span the globe, and this event here in Sydney is the sixth event on the MetLife BWF World Superseries for 2017. Not only the 12 events, but for the top 8 players and pairs in each of the 5 disciplines. There's also the end-of-year finale, the Super Series finals, and the destination, once again, is Dubai. But with today being finals day, all 5 finals for you, of course, and we're starting with women's singles. And for only the third time in Super Series history, 2 players from Japan are contesting the women's singles final. The number 3 seed, Akane Yamaguchi, up against the Olympic bronze medalist, Nozomi Okuhara. That's followed by women's doubles and the only final to feature the number 1 and 2 seeds. It also happens to be a repeat of the Olympic final. The gold medalists Matsutomo and Takahashi are up against the European champions Camilla Rotuyul and Christina Pedersen. Then we'll have men's singles, and Shrikant Kadambi, winner last week of the Indonesia Super Series event. In fact, in his 3rd consecutive Super Series tournament final, he's up against the reigning world and Olympic champion Chen Long of China. Then it's men's doubles, and Hendra Setiawan and Tamboon Hyung in their first Super Series tournament final together. Of course, both are former world number 1s with other partners. They're up against Komura and Sonoda of Japan. Then we finish with mixed doubles, and last year's beaten finalists Sheng Shiwei and Cheng Ching Chen. Since last year, they've become world number 1s, and they're up against Praveen Jordan and Debbie Susanto of Indonesia. Well, as far as the women's singles Super Series standings are concerned, I can tell you that after this week in Sydney, Tai Su Ying will return to being number 1 on that list. Now, Akane Yamaguchi, you can see currently at number 4. If she wins today's final, she will go up 2 places to number 2. If she loses today's final, she'll only go up 1 place to number 3. Nozomi Okuhara, currently at 9, will definitely go up 3 places to number 6. So as far as the women's singles draw is concerned, by quarterfinal stage we had 3 Japanese players, 2 from India and 2 from China, so only 4 different nations involved, and only 5 seeds, only 1 in the bottom half of the draw. By semi-final stage, 2 Japanese players and 3 seeds, and as you can see, it is the 2 Japanese players who have made it through to today's final. Well, this is a tournament that both these Japanese players will remember for a long, long time. Here comes the number 3 seed, Akane Yamaguchi. Only turned 20 earlier this month. Followed by the Olympic bronze medalist, Nozomi Okuhara. What an occasion that for only the 3rd time in Super Series history, the women's singles final will be contested by 2 players from Japan. In fact, there's only 3 different nations that have ever had both women's singles finalists. Of course, China is one, Hong Kong is the other, and that was at the Super Series finals of 2008. So as our court officials get introduced, and then the players, Steen, it may be 2 players from the same nation, but I have to say this is a final I am really looking forward to.
Yeah, me too. I mean, extremely exciting players to watch fantastical technical skills and very, very speedy players as well.
Well, I suppose the other thing we should remember is that it's guaranteed that for a second consecutive Super Series tournament, a Japanese player is going to win the title, because Sayaka Sato last week in Jakarta, the left-hander, won her first ever Super Series title. What a golden period for Japanese women's singles players. So our court officials for this one, Jess Chan from Singapore.
Nice to meet you.
And Chi Kwang Liang
Nice to meet you.
from Hong Kong.
Who's calling? Red, black, red,
Oh, Japan,
black.
all Japanese
Yamaguchi,
players have
service.
won a title
This
here
side of the court.
at the Australian Open, but not since it's been a Super Series event. Last year of a Grand Prix gold event in 2013, it was Sayaka Takahashi, and her sister will be playing the second match of the day here in the women's doubles final. So Akane Yamaguchi, the number 3 seed from Katsuyama City in Fukui, has actually gone down one place in the world ranking this week, gone to number 5, but has been as high as 1 week from the end of March earlier this year. As we saw, she's currently number 4 in the Super Series standings, and she's made a very good impression so far in this tournament. 27 minutes for each of her first 2 matches. Quarter-final against the world junior champion Chen Yufei, and the semi-final against the current world number 1 Tai Su Ying, and really dismissed her in convincing style. 21-19, 21-12 in just 37 minutes. If you were with us yesterday, you will have enjoyed that, and you will know how well Yamaguchi is playing. So to Nozomi Okuhara, who is 22 years of age, born in Nagano, which of course was the host city for the 1998 Winter Olympic Games. Now, prior to this year, here in Sydney, she's never progressed past the first round. Last year, she lost to Sun Yu, who reached the final. And look at that, revenge yesterday, beating the player who beat her a year ago. But my goodness, didn't she need a battle to win through that. 2 teammates in the second and third rounds, but let's make mention of that first round victory over the number 2 seed, the reigning world and Olympic champion, Carolina Marin, in 2 straight games. So both these Japanese players
Ready to play?
obviously in tremendous form. So there is Jess Chan I was telling you about, and I can tell you that these 2 players know each other extremely well. Now, I can tell you that this will be the 10th meeting between the 2 players in senior badminton. They did play twice in junior competition, but I'm not sure if we should be counting that towards the official head-to-heads. But anyway, in senior badminton, it is still Nozomi Okuhara that has the advantage. But the last time they played, it was Akane Yamaguchi who won, and it was just last week in the second round, and it was 1 hour and 2 minutes for a 3-game thriller. Gosh, I hope we have as good a match here today as we witnessed in Jakarta a week ago. Now, Nozomi Okuhara, before she starts the match, will do a respectful bow to all 4 corners of the court. Sign of respect to all the court officials. Both players today in their 6th
Ladies and
Super
gentlemen,
Series tournament final.
on my right, Nozomi Okuhara, Japan. And on my left, Akane Yamaguchi, Japan. Akane Yamaguchi to serve. Love all. Play.
So there's the little bows from Okuhara. And a big gulp of air as well before play gets underway. Well, interesting stats, Steen, both in their 6th Super Series tournament final today. Both have previously won 3 titles from their previous 5 finals, so not a lot to choose between them on the stats front, and I don't think there's an awful lot to choose between them as far as their standard of play is concerned.
No, there's not much that differentiates them. Both obviously very, very strong players, and we've talked about this Japanese dynasty these 2 weeks. It's in full effect with Sayaka Sato winning Indonesia Open and one of these 2 players winning here. We can also see when we look at the head-to-heads, they've played other Japanese players, so extremely strong competition in Japan. And when you have strong competition in practice, normally it results in very strong players on a world scene.
Oh, that's delightful. What a good drop shot by the Olympic bronze medalist.
Service over, 2-all.
Yes, we were discussing last week about the fact that there's been 7 players from Japan who have contested a women's singles Super Series tournament final since the inception in 2007. So this is the 11th year of the Super Series. Overdone it.
Yeah, and I remember talking to Japanese head coach Park Ju-bong a couple of years ago about the enormous potential in Japanese women's singles, and he said, yeah, that was really good, and then he said, but they're so short. And it seems like they've found a way of sort of nullifying that, if it sometimes can be a little bit of a disadvantage in terms of reach. You've seen yesterday Nozomi Okuhara play Sun Yu, probably the biggest difference in reach of any matchup we could think of here in this tournament.
Yeah.
Service over.
But they're so quick on their feet, both players. I would say that Okuhara has a little advantage there compared to Yamaguchi. But, oh, that's well placed.
Yeah. Twice.
4-all.
But we also discussed that we felt that Yamaguchi had benefited from the Olympic practice and have been playing well since the Olympics, and she's actually improved her head-to-head against Okuhara since the Olympics, where ahead of the Olympics it was Okuhara who was dominating the head-to-heads.
Yeah. Yes, in fact, Yamaguchi has won not only the last one, but 4 of the last 5 encounters. Oh, goodness me, look at how she bends her back.
Service over, 5-4.
Oh, that's good too. Now, she was playing that shot a lot yesterday against Tai Su Ying.
Service over.
Yamaguchi
5.
taking it early at the net, and that little flat push deep into the back corners. Look at that.
Service over. 6-5.
Missed it. Do you think there's psychological
5.
differences to yesterday's match for Yamaguchi? I mean, she was playing against the world #1, so she's the underdog. She's not expected to win. She, of course, today in the final is ranked higher. She's in the top 5, whereas Nozomi Okuhara, because of injury problems, has slipped down to number 12 in the world
8,
ranking.
5.
Do you think there's more pressure on Yamaguchi that she might be feeling today?
I don't think the ranks these two players in between play any role. So I don't think Yamaguchi is thinking of that. Definitely yesterday she was the underdog and had everything to win.
Service over.
Now she won the last
6.
match between these two
8.
players, so unless she could be assured of winning again today, she'd probably rather play anybody else.
Yeah.
And I feel that the body language here in the beginning has been a little bit better with Okuhara, whereas Yamaguchi seems a little more quiet than we normally see her. And I can't really put my finger on it. I just feel that she's a little bit below Okuhara in court appearance right now.
Yeah, that's why I asked the question, because to me, I didn't know whether it was perhaps nerves, whereas yesterday, you know, she had nothing to lose because she wasn't expected to win. But I'm with you. I don't think she looks just quite as comfortable on court as she did yesterday.
No, it's like she, I would say it's like she has a feeling that it's going to be difficult to win this match.
Yeah.
Service over.
And she desperately doesn't want to lose to a teammate.
No, I mean, if you're going to lose, you might as well lose to someone else than the ones from your own country. That's definitely the case. And then again, why should she expect that it could be difficult today when she beat her last week in Indonesia? Well, last week in Indonesia there were a lot more drift in the arena at the time they were playing each other, and in my opinion that would benefit Yamaguchi just a little bit, because it would be difficult for Okuhara to play with the accuracy that can be difficult for Yamaguchi.
Interval.
So a 4-point advantage for the Olympic bronze medalist Nozomi Okuhara at the mid-game interval here in the opening game. So of course no coaching staff involved, because both players from the same nation. It's a throwback to our days, Steen, when we didn't have coaches allowed onto the court when I was first playing. Oh, goodness me, that's shown my age, isn't it?
20 seconds. 20 seconds.
Coaching between the second and third game. So you could easily manage 2 games at a time in the same hall. That's impossible today.
Yeah.
11-7. Play.
She's just going for winners, in my opinion,
Yes.
Yamaguchi, when hasn't really built the opening in the rally.
No. So in many ways, it seems like the superior speed of Okuhara and We don't know about stamina. Oh, here's the challenge.
Yeah, and I think she's right to challenge. That was called in. I thought that looked wide. We've got quite a good view, though we're a long way away from the court.
Call in.
Quite a good view of that line.
It seems like she's intimidated by the speed of Okuhara, that she feels she's got to play with big accuracy.
Yeah.
Correction.
Good
Out.
challenge. So that means it's a run of 4 straight points. Oh, goodness gracious, quick one to that drop shot. Okuhara.
14-7. Service over.
It is beautiful, but again, I mean, she's going for a winner on the return of serve. Normally in women's singles, we see the rally worked hard, push your opponent to the back, bring them forward, use all 4 corners of the court to try and outmaneuver them. And once they're out of position, then you go for the winner.
Service over. 15.
I have a feeling that Yamaguchi knows that the longer the rally gets here, the bigger the advantage is for Okuhara because of her superior physical shape and superior speed.
4. 16-8.
But a little bit disappointing so far in this match.
Yeah.
And under the circumstances,
17-8.
with different nationalities, at least a couple of years ago, there would have been speculations about whether they were actually given their best effort. I think we've seen recently a number of matches played between players and pairs from the same country that has been absolutely brilliant.
9,
so I
17.
don't think there's any reason for that kind of speculations anymore.
I don't think there's any chance of that happening in this final.
No, I don't either. But but had it been a couple of years ago, different nationality, there might have been speculations about it.
Absolutely.
Because it's a totally different Yamaguchi we see today than the beautiful badminton she played yesterday.
Yeah, but psychologically, she's being forced to play a different sort of game.
Yeah.
And she's not as comfortable with it.
And there's also, I mean, I didn't watch the match in Indonesia Open, but they're practicing together day in, day out. So both players know what is normally happening in practice here the last 2-3 weeks. And
18.
I think there's a good chance that Okuhara has been winning quite easy in practice.
Yeah, because she's been making her way back from injury problems, and she's looking physically, she's looking very sharp, very quick.
This is the best she's played, in my opinion, since the Olympics.
19-10.
No, I wouldn't disagree with that at all. I think you're right.
And it's a great time to find form again with the World Championships coming up in 2 months' time.
Yeah.
11-19.
Oh, what a brilliant net shot from Yamaguchi.
12-19.
That was amazing. Yeah, her opponent's waiting there to try and make the kill. The courage to play that perfect net shot.
We can see Okuhara, she's quite content at just
20.
playing high clears back at Yamaguchi. She's sort of
point,
daring her to
12.
see if she can score points against her.
Yeah. Well, game point opportunities here in this opening game for the Olympic bronze medalist.
Game.
Yeah. 21-12. Opening game
First
to
game won by
Nozomi Okuhara.
21-12.
Only 15 minutes needed for that opening game. She's in great form.
Second game, love all, play.
So Nozomi Okuhara, one game to the good in this women's singles final.
One, love.
Yeah. Easy opportunity for Okuhara. And Steen, when you look at the head-to-heads, the only time that they've met in a final, a Super Series final, was the Japan Open of 2015, and it was Okuhara who won on that occasion.
Yeah. Not surprisingly, because Japan Open is known to be a little bit of a slow venue in terms of
Love.
big hall, long distance to the spectators and so on. So those kind of stadiums tend to play a little bit slow, and that would play the advantage into the hands of Okuhara.
Yeah, well played.
Service over. 1-3.
But then again, Yamaguchi beat Okuhara in Japan Open 2016, so I don't know how much we should put into that. But then again, that was after the Olympics, and I feel that this is the best we've seen Okuhara play since the Olympics.
3.
Yeah. Also of interest that I was mentioning, it's only the third time in history that two players from Japan contested the women's singles final. The two previous occasions, not only that 2015 Japan Open Super Series, but the other time was also in Japan, 2013. So this is the first time that two Japanese players have contested the women's singles final outside of Japan.
Service over. 4-3.
It seems from these two tournaments that it can be quite a tough task to win the Japanese national championships, because you're playing Japanese players all the time. Here you can have some easy rounds in the beginning of the tournament against Carolina Marin or Sindhu or Tai Su Ying or some of those players. It's not going to happen in the in the national championships. So.
Oh, that's a brilliant player. She's moving so well. She's taking the shuttle so early.
3.
And it also shows the beauty of badminton, that a lot depends on the skills and competencies of the opponent. We saw yesterday that she was under pressure playing Sun Yu of China, the tall Sun Yu, who's got some different weapons than Yamaguchi. And suddenly it's a whole different game.
Yeah.
Service over. 7-4.
Looks disheartened, Yamaguchi.
Yeah. She came from deep forehand corner to play that backhand net shot. And took
really
it,
moving well.
Yeah, took it so high. Look at that. And she'd come
and the quality.
From deep forehand
and the
to play
quality
that.
of the shot. I mean, it only passed the net. Maybe it was 5 centimeters into the court side of Yamaguchi, but almost unreturnable.
Good rally. Longest rally of the match so far as well, I'm sure. Oh, yes.
Fantastic. And one of the things to enjoy in watching this match is the footwork, of course, of Nozomi Okuhara. There's no extra steps, no unnecessary steps.
Yeah, she's so light on her feet as well, isn't she? Balletic in her movement.
She makes it seem so easy.
So to the mid-game interval, Nozomi Okuhara with a 7-point advantage, having already won the first. So she
20
might have a bit of a cold.
seconds. 20 seconds.
No, certainly not affecting her play. She's playing quite brilliantly at the moment.
And there's going to be some absolutely fantastic matches in women's singles when all the top players are playing at their best. There's no doubt in my mind that what we heard on the Indonesian Open, that Tai Tzu Ying was struggling with a cold or maybe a flu, and that she's not entirely at her best here. When Sindhu is in top form, Marin is in top form, we're in for some fantastic matches. Song Ji-hyun from Korea as well.
Yeah, I agree. It's a golden period for women's singles. So many good players around at the moment. Just wide.
Yeah.
Service over. 5-11.
I think the thing is, you made the point just before the mid-game interval, Steen, about there's no unnecessary steps from Nozomi Okuhara. Now, yesterday, Tai Tzu Ying was being sent in the wrong direction by Yamaguchi. I think Nozomi Okuhara is one of the few players in world badminton that can read what Yamaguchi is going to play.
Yeah, she's played her more than anyone else.
Yeah. Look at that. That's superb.
14-5.
And it's not like Okuhara has got great technical skills herself. I would rate Yamaguchi a little better on the attacking part of the racket skills, but we know that Okuhara is fantastic in the defense, so it doesn't help her that much here.
One of the rare occasions where the attacking play has worked.
6.
Straight down the line
14.
and then going cross court. Drop shot from Yamaguchi, who would have hit the floor, I think, against most opponents. Well, there's a glimmer of hope here for Yamaguchi.
Was in the wrong direction and still managed to reach that in a good position.
Yeah, it's amazing.
So she had to produce another fantastic shot, Yamaguchi, to win this rally. There it was.
Just wide.
Service over. 15-9.
Apologises for the net cord, Yamaguchi. But she needs all the luck she can get at the moment. Good rally. Brilliant, brilliant.
Eleven, 15.
Yeah, and that's what it takes for Yamaguchi to beat Okuhara in a venue like this. Lots of patience.
Yes, another long rally, but not the longest of the match. We had one at 37 shots earlier. Couple more points here from Yamaguchi, and this could get very, very interesting.
Play.
Yeah, good work.
Play.
12, 15.
No. Doing much better now, Yamaguchi. Really worked hard to get herself back into this match. It's gone well long. Yeah, there's only 2 points in it now.
It's a great comeback. We
Yeah.
don't know whether it's going to be enough, but no matter what happens, it's a great comeback. She was
Oh, she was
totally down.
7 points adrift, wasn't she?
9 points or something like that.
Well, at the mid-game interval, I was going to say.
Oh
7
yeah,
points.
7 at the interval.
And then 9 points down, 5-14. Of the last 10 points now.
14, 15.
This is a fantastic fight back by Akane Yamaguchi.
And it seems like she's accepted that she has got little chance of scoring on Okuhara within the first 5 shots of the rally. More patience.
Remarkable. Oh, brilliant. How on earth did she get that?
No.
Oh,
Ridiculous.
I don't believe it. Oh,
It's in.
landed in. What a rally. Well, how on earth Nozomi Okuhara kept herself in that rally? I do not know. Here's the final shot. It was clearly in. And it was early in the rally with remarkable defence.
14.
And the look of Yamaguchi's face afterwards was, did I lose that rally? What happened?
Exactly. That's just wide
Yeah. And long.
and long.
Service over. 15.
I think
16.
Okuhara thought about challenging it, but getting it in on 2 sides might be too big of a
Yeah.
task.
Service over. 17. 15.
Yeah, it's gone wide.
Yeah, and it's the opening of the rallies that are different now. She's attacking in the opening of the rallies. What worked so well for her was working Okuhara on the back court, forehand corner especially.
Oh, super. Finds the line. And now just 2 points away from the title. Drifts wide.
Service over. 16-19.
That's gone long as well.
Yeah. It's
17.
Solution is in that long
19.
forehand corner. She drifted away from it, Yamaguchi, and she lost points. Last 2 rallies, she's been back at it and scoring 2.
Oh, that's gone wide as well. Goodness me. Oh, strings are gone. Strings are gone. That's why the error. What a time for that to happen.
And what mark is it that she's got in her racket? I don't recognize it.
No,
18. 19.
1 point in it. Yeah, just wants to test out the new racket. Very much a courtesy amongst the players. Oh, this is quite obviously crucial. Yeah, take a new shuttle. Perfect shuttle.
Play.
It's landing in. Oh! I was looking at the sideline there and I knew it was inside line.
Match point.
But going along of the back line means that Okuhara now has 2 match point opportunities. Oh, goodness.
Service over.
So near and yet so far.
19-20.
Was landed in, it's 20 all. What a remarkable second game.
All.
9 points adrift at one stage. She's just saved 2 match point opportunities. And Yamaguchi is back level. 20 all. And we will require extra points until there's a clear 2-point winning margin.
Gone wide.
Unbelievable.
Wow. We were a little bit disappointed after the first game.
21.
What a match it turned out to be.
Yeah, fantastic. So now it's game point opportunity to Yamaguchi.
That's close. That's really close.
That is so good
Service over.
from Okuhara.
21. All.
perfect net shot. Oh, that looked like a nervous error to me.
Over. 22-21.
So now it's the second game point opportunity for Yamaguchi. Good rally. Oh! This time the fabulous net shot comes from Akane Yamaguchi. And having saved 2 match points, she has secured the second game to send this to a decider. 23-21, the second game. And we will be treated to a third and deciding game. Well, I think most people thought she was down and out when 5-14 down.
Okuhara, he's a tower.
Yeah, everything has to be neat in those kit boxes. Yeah, she always gives herself a talking to and then bows before entering the court. Well, what a women's singles final.
Yeah, if there's any spectators that have been
Final
out
game.
making coffee at 14-5 in the second game, we have to say the match is still ongoing. It's not a rerun or anything. Fantastic comeback by Yamaguchi, who really found a gap in Okuhara's game. Exciting to see if Okuhara can come up with a solution to that.
Service over. 1, love.
Well played.
Yeah, very well played.
Service over. 1, all.
So the key for Yamaguchi, the key is in the long forehand corner of Okuhara. The task is to keep it open throughout this third game and prevent Okuhara from
2,
closing it down.
1.
Well, I was mentioning it's a 6th Super Series tournament final for both of these players, but it should be mentioned it's the first for both of them this year.
Service over. 2.
And there's a little extra, I don't know if we should call it a gap, but there's a little extra area where Yamaguchi, in my opinion, has the upper hand, and that's in the flat game when she can get the shuttles to mid-court area and below the tape on Okuhara's side, and Yamaguchi's got a really good chance.
Just seemed to stretch out her back after that error there.
2.
Yeah, was that a missed opportunity? Yes, something hurt as she played that.
That's not nice for Okuhara, that Yamaguchi can play these accurate smashes.
Yeah, and she was missing with so many of her attacking shots in the opening game, wasn't she?
Yeah, she started out too early, but amazing that she's down 5-14 and she's still able to find a spot that gets her back in the match. Now she tried that one again.
Service
Jump
over.
smash.
4-3.
Where she sort of leaps from the middle.
And once again, made a hash of it.
Yeah. And that's what Okuhara will be looking to do, to see when the shot is a little bit unsharp. And then try and make a creative shot instead of being under pressure. Well played again here.
Service over. 4-5.
Quick forward, my goodness me.
Service over. 6-4.
Yeah, lovely drop shot.
7-4.
A very good spot for Okuhara, that short forehand corner with Yamaguchi. Seems like she's a little slow on the return.
Service over. 5-7.
Well, that finds the line.
6-7.
Oh, how quick was that?
Service over. 8-6.
Watch Okuhara coming in there. And then just a little guided topspin shot into the open space.
Yeah, 90% focused on that short return, and if Yamaguchi does something else, well, then she have to recover somewhere in some way. But that's the winner she was going for.
What commitment. What reactions on the defence.
Service over.
And now we have that match we hoped for that was so far away in the first game.
Did well on that defensive shot. Couldn't cope with the second.
Don't think Okuhara is starting with a clear. No.
Brilliant. That's always a challenge. Well, I thought that was in.
Nozomi Okuhara challenges.
I agree with you.
Call in.
What a difference from the first game where Yamaguchi was losing the long rallies and sort of deferred from them. Here it comes.
Yeah, plumb on the line.
Challenge unsuccessful.
So back level.
One challenge remaining.
Yamaguchi hasn't made a challenge all match.
Eight. All.
Good shot.
Well, she seemed to be just oozing confidence in that first game, and now that confidence seems a little shattered. Of course, she'll still believe she can win the match, but whereas she seemed to be hitting winners at will in the opening game, now Okuhara under a lot more pressure.
And she has an opponent who also believes she can win.
Yeah.
10-8.
And right now it's up to Okuhara to do something because she's still getting punished in the long forehand corner.
Yeah.
She's doing brilliantly, Yamaguchi, of keeping it open, putting some variation in with the cross clears and cross smashes. A cross clear from Okuhara from forehand to forehand, that would be interesting to see. That was going wide.
What a rally. What pace.
But there's some other players here who gets a blueprint to playing Okuhara if they have the movements and the technical skills to do it. Well played here.
Yeah, wonderful shots.
Service over. 9-10.
Longest rally of the match so far. Oh, my goodness me, Okuhara needed that point because she just lost 6 of the last 7 rallies.
Play.
Pace of shot and pace of movement, isn't it? Look how steep and sharp that drop shot is.
Takes the net. And she got it back.
Unbelievable. This is a wonderful match.
And I'm so happy that we got to see Yamaguchi play like this against Okuhara.
Yeah. 10-all. Look at that. And she gets the next one back. A little loose, and therefore it got punished, but most players wouldn't have been able to get that back at all. Oh, she knew immediately that was not going to go over. And so on a run of 3 straight points. It is Nozomi Okuhara who has the advantage at the change of ends, albeit just a 1-point advantage. What a thriller this has turned out to be. Well, I said, Steen, if it was half as good as their second round match last week in Jakarta, we were in for a treat. It's even better than their match last week in Jakarta.
Yeah.
20 seconds. 20 seconds. Okuhara.
There she is. She'll give herself a talking to again before entering the court.
Play.
Good touch. Yamaguchi.
Absolutely phenomenal.
Worth a challenge, in my opinion.
Service over.
But, I don't know, has she
11
challenged once in this
all.
third game, Okuhara?
Yes, she has. She's lost one challenge
Yeah.
already. I thought it was good, to be honest, Steen.
Yeah,
Ooh, seeing it again, I wasn't so sure.
it's the shots that are like this that are really difficult to judge for the line judges. Cross smashes to the sidelines.
Service over. 12, 11.
Yeah, there was hesitation on the defensive shot from Yamaguchi,
13.
and that hesitation cost her dear. On her backhand side here, she was going to leave it, and then decided to play it, and therefore didn't have any real control, and that's why the block was so loose.
But she's taking over the control the last three rallies, Okuhara, and of course she's done something to do it herself, but Yamaguchi is not at all playing that long forehand corner. So she's been rather undisciplined in my book, and it's costing her.
14, 11. Service over. 12, 14.
Well, the match clock just ticks over the hour mark.
Oh, here it is. Mistake from Okuhara.
13, 14.
We've had very, very few toweling down breaks. I don't think the court attendants have been on more than once or twice, have
No,
they?
to Moff.
No. Just getting on with this match. It's been an hour of solid badminton. Good judgment. Back level. Yamaguchi.
14 all.
Yeah, very good judgment.
And it's also a learning point for a lot of players that in the beginning of the match, Okuhara, she didn't make any mistakes at all. So how a game starts might not necessarily be how it ends.
Service over. 15, 14.
Took that early again. I have to say the way Okuhara has played her neck shots today has been fabulous.
16, 14.
Look how tight that was again.
Yeah, and
Floor assistant.
it's especially the tightness in the length. Doesn't go more than, I suspect, 5 centimeters away from the net on Yamaguchi's side. And as long as the opponent isn't trying to push on top of the net, it doesn't really matter how close it is there. It's sometimes you spin a lot. The shuttle spins a lot at the net and spins away from the net and makes it an easy return. Yeah,
Good
wide.
judgment.
Service over. 15, 16. Service over. 17.
There's a couple of times
15.
that she's really misjudged blocks in this match.
Yeah, and she really wants to play close because otherwise she knows that Okuhara is there and extending the advantage in the rally. Oh, that was lucky.
Service
That was an
over.
opportunity for
16,
Okuhara.
17.
Her opponent was out of position. Anywhere over and in probably would have been a winner. Back level.
All.
Wow. Remarkable. Yeah, both making a couple of errors on the touch shots. That's understandable when you're a little tired.
Service over. 18, 17.
Waiting for that one, Okuhara.
19.
Really good read there.
17.
was waiting for that. Push down her forehand side that time, Okuhara.
20.
And that good read
Match point. 17.
means that she's earned herself another 3 match points. Remember, she had 2 in the second game. Oh, it's landed in!
Okay.
And it proves to be third time lucky for Nozomi Okuhara. 2 match points in the second game that she failed to convert. But wins on her first match point opportunity of the third game. Yes, she's absolutely delighted with that. An hour and 7 minutes.
Thank you.
And her 4th Super Series title. Her first since winning the All England Championships last year. And that's 15 months ago. And what a final they produced. Nozomi Okuhara leaves the champion 21-12, 21-23, 21-17 in a thrilling final.
Badminton Open 2017. Please welcome the umpire and service judge to the stage to receive a token of appreciation. Presenting the gift is Geraldine Brown, Badminton Australia President, Badminton World Federation Vice President, Oceania.
So the court
Umpire,
officials.
Jess Chan, Singapore.
That's a service judge.
Yes, I need to make sure you get the right one, the umpire.
Nice long game to begin, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was a nice long game.
Service judge, Chiu Kwong Man, Hong Kong.
Well done. You didn't get a call, but it doesn't matter. You were there. Thank you. And what's the medal for?
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the silver medalist of the women's singles Crown Group Australian Badminton Open 2017, Akane Yamaguchi.
Well, for Akane Yamaguchi, the #3 seed here at the Australian Open, it was a third final of the year, but a first Super Series tournament final.
Australia-New Zealand brand manager.
Well, her 6th Super Series tournament final, and for a third time, she has to settle for second best.
Presenting the MetLife Trophy and a gift from Badminton Australia is Alison Carlisle, AVP Human Resource, MetLife Australia.
Well, quite frankly, it's 5-14 down in the second game.
Please
I didn't think there
welcome
was going to be any chance of a third game, but all
the
credit
gold
to
medalist of the
Yamaguchi.
women's singles Crown Group Australian Badminton Open 2017, Nozomi Okuhara.
The Olympic bronze medalist, Nozomi Okuhara,
And presenting the medal in check is Mr. Robert Jordan
takes a
from
4th
Yonex,
Super
Australia,
Series
New
title.
Zealand.
First here in Australia, and her first Super Series title for 15 months since winning in Birmingham at the All England Championships.
And presenting the MetLife Trophy and boomerang to our winner is Alison Carlisle. Please welcome back Geraldine Brown to present the Women's Singles Cup to our champion, Nozomi Okuhara.
Well, a 4th Super Series title, a first for 15 months. And Nozomi Okuhara extremely happy. Next up, of course, is women's doubles.
Just a couple of hours north of Sydney is Australia's 7th largest city, Newcastle. It's the heart of the Hunter region with a stunning coastline and beautiful beaches. If you like the great outdoors, Newcastle is an activities paradise. There's endless fun to be had in the air, on the water, in the dunes, or perhaps at a calmer pace on the extensive stretches of sandy beaches. Whatever speed you like to live your life, Newcastle has something for you.
Well, what a wonderful final to get us off on finals day. Nozomi Okuhara adding the Australian Open title to her Olympic bronze medal. Well, our next match features the Olympic gold medalists Matsutomo and Takahashi up against the Olympic silver medalists Christina Pedersen and Camilla Arutuyul. After that, we'll have men's singles, then men's doubles, and we'll finish with mixed doubles. But with women's doubles up next, as far as the Super Series standings are concerned, you can see 4 Japanese pairs on that top 10. Now, the Danes are currently at number 4, but whether they win or lose today's final, they're guaranteed to go up to number 2 on that list. The Olympic champions, Matsutomo and Takahashi, have a lot more work to do. It's only if they win will they go up on that list, and they'll go up a couple of places, so there's plenty to play for today. Now, as far as the draw was concerned, by quarter-final stage, we had the extraordinary situation where all 5 pairs who have won the 5 Super Series events up until now were all involved at quarter-final stage. The only pair not to have won a Super Series title so far this year are the Olympic champions, who are in the final against the Olympic silver medalists. So here come the Olympic champions, Misaki Matsutomo and Ayaka Takahashi. And they're the tall Danes, the pair that lost to their opponents of today in that Olympic final in Rio de Janeiro last year. Christina Pedersen and Camilla Rotejul.